Hello my people, FinerBub here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today we're talking about my ski gear for 2022, specifically my new Nordica SportMachine ski boots. So I basically had the same ski boots for the last 15 years. When I was 17, I got a pair of Salomon foils, which are technically a kid's model. Kids models are generally defined by the flex rating. So how hard is it for your body weight to flex the boot when you're kneeling and leaning forward into the tongue? Yeah, so this is my old boot. It's the Salomon foil. It has a flex rating of 85, which is pretty low for an adult male. But yeah, like I said, it is a kid's model technically. I wore these for about 15 seasons, and as you can see, the toes and heels are completely worn out, rendering them very unsafe to ski with just because of how likely they are to slip out of my bindings. And yeah, so began my search for a new pair of ski boots. Whenever you're looking for a new pair of ski boots, you really should go to a professional boot fitter. Generally, most well-established ski shops will have a professional boot fitter or several working there, so it's important for you to make an appointment so that they can properly measure your foot and identify what features your foot shape has so that they can best match your foot shape to a ski boot. If you've seen my A Solo Fugitive GTX hiking boots video, you'll know that I have extremely wide feet. When it comes to ski boots, the width of your foot is known as the last, and so my foot measured at 115 or 116 millimeters wide. Most ski boots fall within a 98 to 102 millimeter range, so I went with the Nordica SportMachine, which is the wider comfort, so to speak, boot in the Nordica lineup. I tried several other boots, including the Lang LX, I tried a Rossi boot, I tried a Dalbello, and a few other models as well, but when I put my foot into this boot, it was just kind of like, this is the one. It feels the most naturally comfortable. Initially, I didn't want to spend the money on this boot. I ended up buying a used Salomon boot that really wasn't properly matched to my foot shape. And unfortunately, even with some custom boot work, I ended up returning those boots just because they were really crushing my feet from side to side. I've skied probably 5 days this season so far here in Colorado. And yeah, after a few days in those Salomon boots, I just return them straight up. Ski boots are really one of those buy nice or buy twice type deals. So I definitely learned my lesson and ended up picking up a pair of these sport machines. If you have a narrower foot, you'll probably want to go with either the Pro Machine or the Speed Machine. Those are two other models by Nordica. But like I said, your best bet is just to go to a professional boot fitter at a ski shop so that they can measure your foot and best match. You know, it's the one chooses the wizard, you know, type of a situation when it comes to ski boots. So don't fall in love with any designs or anything like that. Just listen to whatever the person has to say and you'll likely be happy. Yeah, so a little bit about these boots. These are a traditional downhill boot. There's no grip walk soles or anything. I might end up buying some grip walk soles eventually, which is kind of like the new standard that's being slowly introduced into the market. So the Sport Machine boot has a really nice liner. It has cork in there, which conforms very well to your ankle shape. And yeah, it's just a very warm boot, especially compared to my Salomon foils. First time clicking in the new boots. You know, I've only worn this skiing 1 day so far, and you know, it was starting to bother me a little bit in terms of the width. But yeah, I actually had these boots stretched out at work the other day. They basically have this like heated reverse bear trap thing where they put all sorts of contraptions on it, and it matches the sort of bumps and lumps in your foot, and then they heat it and it slowly expands like that. So after trying it on, it did feel a lot better, and then I ended up getting some Sidus custom footbeds as well to go in there, because you know, when you put your foot flat on the floor, say like this, it really just wants to spread out. But as soon as you get a little bit of arch support, you know, it'll pull your toes back a little bit and it'll pull, you know, your arch up. So that kind of reduces the volume that your foot takes up inside the boot. So yeah, those Salomon foils, those were an 85 flex, which is pretty soft for someone of my stature and weight. So the S Pro Salomon boots that I tried previously, those were a 120 flex, which was you know, not too hard to adapt to. I mean, I felt pretty natural. I skied a whole day at Loveland a few weeks ago where I got to test out lots of different skis. Unfortunately, my GoPro ended up corrupting all of those video files, so I need to find somebody who might be able to recover that stuff for me before I can show it to you. But yeah, these Nordicas are actually a 130 flex, so they're pretty stiff, and I'm still getting used to that feeling. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to breaking them in and getting in a solid season here in Colorado. Ski boots are really the foundation of your whole ski setup. You know, they're really going to make or break your day. It's really just the steering wheel for your skis and just what's going to dictate your ability to charge hard several hours a day, several days in a row, you know, and guaranteeing you that comfort that enables you to do that. Whereas, you know, if you have an uncomfortable boot, you're likely going to be in after a few runs and not want to go again the next day. So spend the money on a nice pair of boots, you know, don't skimp on that. I mean, it'll be worthwhile, and then you'll end up getting yourself a pair of boots that lasts you over a decade like these have for me. So yeah, I mean, initially I was thinking about buying some AT boots because I really want to get more into backcountry skiing. Definitely been inspired by watching Cody Townsend's channel. So definitely want to do a lot more of that. You know, I got a little taste of it back in 2011 or 2012 when I did my Knowles course in the Tetons. But yeah, that was tele skiing, and the technology's evolved a lot since then. So yeah, I'm hoping to get an AT setup at some point, but given like my whole wide foot situation, I really just wanted to invest in like some really decent downhill boots, you know, that I know I'll have for a long time, for any time I want to go on-piste. So I'll probably end up buying some AT boots at some point in the future, but yeah, I'm glad to have bought these dedicated downhill boots since most of the skiing I do is in resort anyway. So yeah, I mean, this is really the main addition to my setup this year. I did buy an avalanche probe and, you know, a few other items that I haven't really used yet, but for the most part, my gear is just the same as last year. So if you want to check out my video from last year right up here, you should. That has most of the ski gear that I use in it. I still use the Line Sick Days with the Pivot 12s from Look. Pivot 12 is really an amazing binding, regardless of the din that you choose. The pivot lineup really allows for that lateral elastic travel of your foot without ejecting you from the bindings. Back when I used Marker Squires, I used to pop out a lot. But yeah, these pivots are pretty amazing, and more to come on all that as the season progresses. Yeah, right now there's not really much snow in Colorado, mostly man-made. Definitely looking forward to later in the season when more terrain opens up. What else? What else? What else? What else? I mean, yeah, you know, I'm still messing around trying to figure out the best camera setup. So I've been carrying my Deuter pack for a while. Yeah, I don't really like skiing with a backpack, so I was thinking about investing in one of those What vests, which is kind of like a tactical vest for skiing. So maybe I'll start using that to carry my camera gear around, but they're like $300 and I don't have that right now. So anyway, yeah, more to come on all this stuff, but yeah, I just wanted to put out a quick video before the new year so that you guys could get an idea of what I've changed up in my system from last year. And yeah, I mean, the boots are the foundation of everything, and if you're getting into skiing for the first time, all your money should go into boots in the beginning. Once you have a pair of boots, you can demo a bunch of different skis, you can rent skis. That's really going to be the foundation for a great equipment setup. That's my thought, at least. Helmets and goggles as well. You don't necessarily want to be putting somebody else's sweaty goggles or helmets on your head. So yeah, I would say the best things to invest in initially when you're first getting into skiing: helmets, goggles, and boots. But yeah, I mean, I've been skiing my Sick Days from Line for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now, and they're great. You know, I still love them. I definitely realized on demo day that I prefer a floppy ski to like a really rigid heavy metal one. You know, I tried some Vocals, I think it was called like the M6 or something, or the M5, in addition to the K2 Mindbenders, and I tried the Nordica Enforcer as well. Very unforgiving skis. You know, they keep you nice and stable on the snow, but yeah, I don't know. I much prefer the like floppy Armadas. Tried some sick Armadas, really liked them. They were called like the Stranger or something like that. The Stranger. Play something from Stranger.
We strictly do 80s Joel music, sir.
I also really like the Rossi Black Ops. Those are fun, but yeah, Armada Strangers. Also, I'm testing out this ski helmet walkie-talkie system by this company, Cardo Systems. It's called the Pack Talk Ski. So more to come on that in later videos, but yeah, really stoked to be out west, even though we haven't really gotten any snow out here, and it seems like everybody back east is kind of swimming in the powder, unfortunately. Well, fortunately for them, but unfortunate for me. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video just talking about my new boots and how I hope that they will really round out my ski setup for 2022. Dirty up in here. I have to vacuum. All right, get back in there. This is always the hard part. Don't take your liners out if you don't have to. Okay. She's in. Oh, another tip. Always buckle your ski boots when you're not using them, because otherwise they'll start to like splay out and they'll be impossible to buckle in the future. I see a lot of kids at work who show up to this shop with unbuckled boots and they're all bent out of shape, and then they're like, why is it so hard to buckle? And it's like, because you didn't buckle it when you were leaving it next to your radiator at home. Oh shoot, I just dipped the power strap in there like an idiot. Come on. Okay. Alrighty, my people, that concludes today's episode of the FinerBub Show. If you're looking for new gear, planning your next trip, don't let the small details stress you out. Remember, life's an adventure, so relax, breathe in the outdoors, and don't forget to appreciate the finer things. See you out there, people. Peace. Wow. Oh, I bought a new probe. I bought a probe, $300 BCA probe. Not $300, 300 centimeter. Was not $300. Don't buy a $300 probe. That would be a waste. Maybe if it has diamonds on it.